Okay, so PLAITCHIDNA is now out. So, I mean, why not just show you guys how to auto it? And this time, I mean, it's pretty much the same thing over and over again. So what I want to do is kind of talk more in depth about making sure that by the end of the half anniversary on Global, you have all of these teams pretty much guaranteed. Okay, so that's going to be the main thing, the main course of discussion. And obviously for new players, stuff like that, you get to see how exactly to do the raid, because 90% chance we will be getting another PLAITCHIDNA in the next season. So for new players right now, I would say it's quite difficult to actually do this unless you have Raya. Besides that, it's just throwing whatever teams you have together. But for new players, very soon, half Annie, May 30th, you guys will be cooking, okay? First of all, let's go talk about what's in the shop. So we got our daily stamina, daily gold, which I always like to get. I think everyone should get. Okay, now you have the universal skill page. Universal skill page should be priority number 1 next to the daily stamina and gold. Now once you got all that, I would get the skills, and if you're doing part 6, then you could easily just get this every day. You will be able to actually do it all. So you know, that's pretty much all there is to it. I would never touch this because now we have more ways of getting it with the charge event, and overall it's just not worth it. Like, especially because you can't even get the good substats. Usually the best ones are percentage versions of attack, magic attack, defense, and HP, and there's none. So do not even think of touching this. If you want to touch these, go ahead. There's a 1 2 3 4, like about a 40 to 50% chance of getting something good, because these 4 are shit. Okay, these 4 are shit. Flat stats you just don't need. So like, there's that. But this is your final thing to get. Okay, the food, I would say if you get any, make sure you get the gear food. Okay, gear food's going to be nice, especially because the burning time, or sorry, the hot time is going to be up. 50% decreased stamina, 30% increased gear drop. So that's going to be something great for the half Annie that you guys should definitely take into consideration. So now let's talk about the units to actually use the skill page for. Without a doubt, this is not even a contest. You're going to save them all for Now, if you're thinking like really long term and we're looking at Noelle, right? It just ain't even worth it, really. She doesn't have a horrible skill page, but all it does is it increases your chance to to taunt. So basically, it goes from 50% to 100% chance to taunt the enemies. I think it's twice a turn, but it's hard to actually see the wording, so we'll have to see in game. So basically, Noelle wants to be hit, because when she gets hit, she gets the Sea Dragon Spear buff, and when she gets that 4 buffs, basically big damage increase, and she removes immortality if there's immortality on them. So, you know, that's great, but the taunt also could be very good. But comparing it to Yunos, who completely changes his kit and changes how he plays, you want to get Yuno for the long term. His skill page max duped. So you could either like save them to see if you do want to build Yuno long term. I would honestly, my personal recommendation for people who won't max out his skill page frame 1 is wait to use the universal skill pages. But I would say if you're saving them for someone, save them for Yuno, in my opinion. Now let's say you're really just not going for Yuno. Black Osta skill page duped out is not bad. I could definitely say this one could work out, but that's like after Yuno. And besides that, like just looking at it, there's not many that for most people, if you're just a free to play, I'd really go for. Like it really is Black Ops. It's only the fests, right? That's mainly the ones you want to. Like people will say the other ones are good. Like Red Unos is very good, but the thing is, Red Uno's got 2 more months till he's on the chopping board because mono teams are gonna be cooked. Okay, so very good, right? But 2 more months. So if you want to invest like medium term or like pretty much short term, you could put it into that. But for long term, Spirit Dive should be good for the next 4 months unless they decide to power creep right after First Annie, which to be fair, we're actually going to find out right before. I do recommend most people, we're going to find out the 29th. Okay, so I think it comes out 11 p.m. EST on the 29th, and then comes out 7 a.m. EST on the 30th. So there's an 8-hour gap. I will be showcasing Federal and Gray. Those are the units coming out on the 29th, and we're going to see a bunch of meta changes probably because of just their functionality of being light type supports. We're going to see a lot of different stuff. So I would honestly wait almost a bit for us to get a feel for Federal and Gray, and then you can maybe see how you feel about going for right? That's something. But besides that, skill page probably just going to be the best overall. So there's that, right? Now the buffs for today, phase 1 buffs are not that bad. Inflicts SP -2. Charlotte is a direct counter to this, okay? So then puts buff immunity. You don't really see this with Ryan nuking. Now, if Technique is on the boss when he is using his skill 3, it inflicts reduced mobility on us, and then if it's green, he gets healing. Now, his ult, if he's blue, he gets 50% all attack, and if he is green, he gets 50% defense penetration. One thing you need to know, very important, he puts 90% damage reduction if he's a type neutral or type advantage. You always want to be type advantage against this guy when nuking, because if you are not type advantage, he will stop your damage, okay? And if you're type advantage, you do an extra 35%. So keep that in mind. And of course, he goes from red to green to blue. Red, green, blue, red, green, blue. Starts off at green, goes to blue, goes to red. All right, so that's basically it. Can't be stunned, basically it. Let's go and explain the team. So this team, very simple, very free to play. You got 2 SRs that you should have. We got no gear on him, okay, because he's quick. We got speed gear on her. We got full magic attack gear on her. I just made a video explaining the way to build DPSs now. And then we've got HP gear on Charlotte. She's going to give us the barrier, okay? Now this team, full defense on Black Asta with his skill page. We got some gear, doesn't really matter. We got speed gear, I think, and then we also got speed gear on Lotus. All right, pretty simple. I do always recommend putting alt food gear, okay? It's like pretty much like you need to pretty much like just do it, okay? Now let's say you can't be phase 6 or part 6, just do part 4, part 5, doesn't really matter. Just it scales pretty much with your level, where you are at your point in the account, and that's really it. And we're autoing it, so this is the auto. We combo, okay, sorry, you skill 2 because you're gonna have your SP reduced, so you skill 2, it's gonna go to Raya. Voltos is gonna magic attack, she's gonna put incapacitate, Raya ults, bada bing, bada boom. Okay, this team, similar fashion. Alt, skill 2, you get the incapacitate and the defense down. She ults, puts Black Asta in anti-magic, he ults, and then it's pretty much almost GG at that point. Then you just chop him up a bit more, and he's ready to be served and eaten. Alright, then we get all his wonderful coins. So, let's just watch this very quick, very, very quick. So you see the SP does go down, but Charlotte obviously gives SP increase. So now Raya's back at 8 SP, okay, and there we go. Alright, now we could also build this in another way, I think, and I will try it out right after, just to make sure it also works in case you do not have Charlotte but have the other 3. That could also go for sure. I think what I will do is after the half anniversary is when I will start making more team recommendations if they do work. For example, using a green Ceremony Yami or Julius if possible, obviously with Spirit Dive. I think that's going to be the best time because the teams are going to be solidified at that point, right? I don't think really giving you many team recs now is really that good. I mean, it's the same as usual. And if you can't use these units, for the most part, you don't have the other units. So we did not get a crit, which means it will take a bit more time than usual. But that's fine. I mean, he's already pretty low. If it doesn't work, we'll just redo it. And you'll see it just kind of works out immediately when you nuke usually. But you just got to get back to anti-magic and you'll be fine. It's not really that much of a problem. Unless we get very unlucky, which for sure could happen, right? We could just watch Asta do this on his own. For sure the easiest way. Now, he does that, but we could get our defense increase and then we're kind of chilling for the most part. We should get our defense increase soon. And it should be this turn. After this. Should be now. No, does he not have his skill 2? We didn't put the skill 2 in rotation. Okay, that's fine. He's going to ult, but it's on blue, so he's going to be type disadvantage. So that's what I mean. We're going to redo this and try to make it just much better. I'm going to pause till we actually get back here and try to get that crit, because once you get that crit, you'll be fine. Okay, we got the big nuke. So he did 1 million damage, and now we see we're so low. His HP bar is so low after just the same rotation, the same auto we did. And now it's just going to continue autoing. And then we're going to get it. So, that's it. That's how you beat PLAITCHIDNA. Now we're going to talk more in depth about all the units and how you will be able to guarantee all of these units by the time Half Annie is done. And it does seem Half Annie is a 2-week period, because I don't think they're going to lead that into the Season 8 units. Being Rilla, Noel, Clover Academy. So, Nebra, SR, free. Okay, Voltos, SR, free. Now, Charlotte, you could technically in this team replace with Mars, and if you live, you'll be fine, because the debuff immunity should apply, and you should be safe. Now, if not, you would just have to play the long game, but I would say if you have Charlotte, that's best case scenario. If not, I mean, either way, like, for example, on this day, like, if you don't have Charlotte, you could do it on a lower part, but then on the day where the buff's on the phase 2, you could run whoever you want here. It doesn't matter, right? Because you just need to push Charlotte for the SP increase. And for example, on days that you don't need the SP increase, well, it doesn't matter, right? That's the whole point. Now, what you could do, for example, is run Vanessa. Vanessa gives 2 SP, okay? So, like, if you have someone like Vanessa, who gives 2 SP, or run with Mimosa who gives 1 SP on her dupe 2. That could also work. Just anyone who's able to give Raya the 1 SP, as long as they could give Raya 1 SP. So even I think the other seasonal Mimosa gives SP, if I remember, and then also Charmy on her ultimate has a chance too, I think. So even Charmy here would not be a bad this Charmy would not be a bad idea. So anyone who could give SP. Okay, that's basically it. Now for this team, Lotus free, Charlotte free. Now let's talk about the 3 units that obviously. Oh, I did not mean to. Let's go back. So Raya, Witch Queen, Asta. So there's gonna be a custom banner. And in the custom banner, I would recommend probably choosing Raya if you just haven't gotten him already. Or we're going to get an SSR Mage selection ticket in the future. Hopefully that would be great. Now, Asta rerun coming. I would recommend most new players to get him. Witch Queen, the 999 banner is going to be out. And you should be picking Witch Queen from the 999 banner if you don't have Witch Queen. So you get Asta and Witch Queen. Witch Queen for free, 999 banner where you get to reroll 999 times the same multi, and you choose the multi. You get to keep the multi that you want, and you just go until you don't want to anymore. You could even get multiple SSRs, and then Raya you could either get through the pulls that you're gonna do, or you just actually just get it from the custom banner. Okay, so if there's a custom banner, I would say that getting Raya is not a bad idea for new players. Okay, so that's basically it. Like, these are the 3 units you really have to worry about. This slot could really be like 5 different units, but Asta Fast banner is coming back, Witch Queen for free, and then Raya you might have to put a bit of pulls into. But even at that, Spirit Dive's coming out, so you could technically run Spirit Dive here, and it might take a bit longer, but you would still be able to get the same job done. So I just thought I'd kind of mention that. And now we get the quick battle. So beautiful. Bunch of currency, bunch of currency. I feel like we're not getting many coins. Am I tripping? Like 80 total. I mean, that's not bad. I just feel like I might be tripping. I might actually be tripping. So I'm gonna get my gear. All right, perfect. So I'm gonna just wait for that. I mean, I could almost buy everything here, but we'll wait. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you enjoyed. Hope it helped you out. See you in the next one. Peace.